Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Fonta, Flora Brewing Company out of Nebo, North Carolina. So actually, I guess technically this one's out of Morganton, North Carolina, because this is an old bottle. So this was brewed in the Morganton location. Um, this beer is called Smoke Signals. It says Appalachian style Kvass beer ale brewed with country bread and birch. So it's a Kvass style, and it is 2.8%, which I think is the ABV for all of their Kvasses. It says barley wheat, raw, red fife wheat, country wheat, bread loaves, hops, honey, foraged birch branches, mixed house cultures, and filtered water. Brewed in collaboration with Marvelous Tara Jensen of Smoke Signals Bakery. So that's where the name Smoke Signals comes from. I guess it's a bakery around that area. Anyways, I have not had this. I've had a lot of their Kvasses, but I've not had this one. I got this at one of their cellar sales, so I'm glad. This was bottled in January of 2017, and I moved down here in August of 17, so this must have just came out, because usually when it's bottled, it's a couple months before it's sold. This must have just came out like a couple months before I moved down there, so I just missed this one. I'm glad I got a chance to give it a go here. Man, whoa. Yeah, that's pretty crazy because I made sure that this was pretty cold too. So I don't think it has anything to do with the temperature. I'll clean that up in a bit, but man, it's pretty pressurized. As you can see, it pours a cloudy, darker gold to orange color, a little bit of a white head. Usually, head fades away pretty quickly with sour beers, but I'm guessing there's some Brett in this that's bolstering like that rocky head. Um, I'm definitely getting their house mixed culture character. A lot of like tepid water and minerality, like that wet rock character. I do get a little bit of the smoke. I wouldn't say that I really know what birch tastes like, but I am getting something that's coming off as smoky, like not meaty smokiness, but just a subtle smoke. And there's some like underlying like darker green, like rye or something else. Um, yeah, there's a lot going on here. It smells pretty nice. Oh man, that's tasty. Um, the Some of their kvases to me are just absolutely insane. The amount of flavor that they're able to get uh, from a 2.8% beer is crazy. And I get most of the flavors being derived from the yeast, so that shouldn't really matter how strong the beer is, but it's still not just the flavor, just like it's not. I mean, it is light bodied because of the style, but it's not like really small and watery either. I mean, if this was, I would guess this was like around 5%, honestly, if I didn't know, because it is not thin at all. But it is very light and airy. Um, so it has that really nice, like crushed up, like sweet tart character that some wild beers have, but it's also like it's a mix between the sweet tarty character and like a minerality. There is some smoke mid palate, but it's really not like too anything too big. Even people who don't usually like smoke beers might like this because the funk is definitely the driver in this. Um, I would say it probably only has about as much smoke as like the Underground does. If any of you have had that similar beer, it's like smoked malts and pretzels. This is more. I guess this is like smoked malt and bread loaves and Birch. Um, I really, like I said, I'm not really sure what Birch tastes like, so I don't know that I would pick that. I don't taste anything in this that's like super unique where I would say, okay, that's got to be that. It almost has like a leathery character too. Um, there's a little bit of like apple skin notes, but not like green apple, not like acetaldehyde, but yeah, I love their mixed culture stuff. The non-fruited ones like the saisons and the kvasses are just so good. And I really wish they still use these. They do green bottles sometimes, but they're usually the brown bottles. And for whatever reason, it always seems like the green bottles. I don't know if it's because they get light struck at some point. I don't really get any skunk out of this, but the green bottles just always seem to have like an extra layer of complexity for some reason. I don't understand why. Um, if it does have something to do with being light struck, but usually they use aged hops anyways, like lambic does. So I don't really know that would matter. But for whatever reason, maybe it's just the older bottles in general have a different complexity to it. Yeah, this is really good. It's like smoky leather mixed with like a less tart lambic almost. It's very strange. And it's strange, but it's very, very good. I love it. So Swansea Day, Cantillon's released their lambic this year has smoked malts in it. I'm hoping it's somewhat similar to this. That the smoke is there, it's perceivable, but it's not over the top. That would be awesome. I don't remember what this cost. I'm sure the price was bumped up a little bit because it was a cellar sale, and usually that happens when places sell older bottles, which I don't have a problem with. But I think it was probably like $12 to $14. So I mean, I get it; it's 2.8%, but I don't really care about the alcohol. I just care about the flavor, and this is very flavorful. It's a very, very good beer. I would absolutely buy this again. I actually got 2 bottles of this. I got one to share with some people in Pittsburgh, so I'm glad I'm trying it now, and I'm pretty sure they're all going to appreciate this one. It's a very, very good beer. So I think that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.